Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. DFS, a 50-year institution, has announced it will close its retail operations on the island of Guam. Also tonight, Amelia Earhart documents are declassified and a new search is coming soon. And commuters flying between the Northern Marianas have a major upgrade. In sports, hospital staffers leave the clinic for a clinic and bring their paddles. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Your search for unbeatable internet speeds is over. Visit Docomo Pacific today and sign up for as low as $60 a month so you can experience our fast, reliable internet speeds for yourself. Docomo Pacific, better together.
Tangy pickles, slivered onions, tender pork covered in our delicious barbecue sauce, and topped on a home-style bun. Behold, the McRib. It's not just a sandwich, it's an experience altogether. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Just a short flight from Saipan, adventure is soaring high at the Hilton Guam. Guam Adventures invites you to take flight on our zipline adventure, a breathtaking ride where the ocean sparkles below and the island breeze rushes past your face. Glide over tropical gardens, feel the thrill of the drop, and capture that perfect view. This is one experience you'll never forget. Show your CNMI driver's license, and we'll even throw in snorkeling at one of the best spots on Guam, because adventure shouldn't just lift your spirits, it should lift you right off the ground. Book now and take your trip or layover to new heights. We can even pick you up. Book now at guamadventures.com.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Hafaday, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. You're watching the Channel 2 News on November 19 from our studio on Capitol Hill. Big news impacting regional tourism and retail sectors. The luxury travel retailer DFS, which has been a fixture in Tumon for decades, is closing its doors next spring.
1 year after shutting down operations on Saipan, DFS has announced it will close its doors on Guam. A fixture in Tumon's Pleasure Island, DFS Corporate confirms the flagship store will shut on March 31st of 2026. DFS first opened operations on Guam in 1971, and its flagship downtown Tea Galleria by DFS location in Tumon has served visitors since 1994. DFS is part of luxury retailer LVMH Group, and it appears the company is exiting the Oceania region entirely. In September, they closed stores in Sydney, Australia, as well as Auckland and Queenstown, New Zealand, and, of course, earlier this year in Saipan, and now Guam in early 2026. Closure is being viewed as a notable shift. DFS has long been a draw for international visitors seeking duty-free luxury shopping, especially from East Asia. With its departure, locals and tourism officials are already discussing how the island will fill the void. Guam tourism still has not recovered post-pandemic, with arrivals about half of what they once were. In September, just 27,000 South Koreans visited Guam. In 2019, that number was more than twice that figure. Also in September, just 19,000 Japanese, again a huge downward swing from 2019. The company currently has about 100 employees and will begin winding down operations starting next month. No update yet on what will happen to the structures, both here on Saipan and now on Guam.
The CNMI has reached a major milestone in its push for universal high-speed internet. Federal approval has just unlocked tens of millions of dollars to build a typhoon-resilient broadband network across Saipan, Tinian, and Rota. The CNMI's Broadband Policy and Development Office says the National Telecommunications and Information Administration has officially approved the Commonwealth's BEAD final proposal, a green light that immediately opens more than $31 million in federal funding paired with nearly $22 million in private matching funds. It's a combined $53 million investment to build an underground, hardened broadband network capable of withstanding typhoons and power instability. Officials say every home and business will be connected. The subgrant was awarded to ITNE, which will deploy underground fiber across all islands. The NTIA approval places CNMI among the first U.S. states and territories to clear this stage, alongside American Samoa and Guam. Once complete, CNMI could be the only place in the country with fully universal, climate-hardened, end-to-end broadband. The goal, universal broadband access by 2030. $1 million for food stamps could be headed elsewhere after the federal government opens up. And millions for PSS may not restore a full school schedule, but lawmakers say it's getting closer. The Senate discussing two bills this morning on Capitol Hill.
40 to 45,000 is their normal salary, and then they decided to teach distance ed at PSS.
With $1 million slated for nutrition assistance now no longer needed, Floor Leader Donald Manglonia says a memo sent yesterday from Governor David Apatang proposes the restoration of funds.
It includes a $1 million rainy day funds. It includes additional funding to the municipalities of Rota and Tinian, as well as government operations.
Also discussed today, $4.9 million for the public school system, but Secretary of Finance Tracy Narita says the numbers don't yet add up.
I was provided by the chairman of the board information on the budget scenarios on September 6th. And according to that document, what was needed for 80 hours for personnel was 37.6 for 80 hours. And so our request to OIA was based on this budget scenario.
PSS is currently working with a $31.7 million allocation and have reduced their staff hours to 64 hours a week, with teachers and students not in school on Mondays. PSS Finance Director says they are working on an updated fund certification.
So the biggest concern from the Senate is to just get clarification and clarity for the $4.9 million that we have unrestricted funds. So these are funds that have lapsed in prior fiscal year, and they wanted to get clarity. PSS has and will be making also a formal request to the central government to have a reappropriation of those funds for PSS to use.
But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that our kids are learning full 5 days, that they're getting meals, they're getting fed for the full 5 days. And hopefully this 64-hour will be changed very soon, and so that we could, go back to normal.
The Senate is expected to resume discussions tomorrow.
It's going to be tough, and hard decisions have to be made, but I think that if we're on the same page, we're at the table together, that we can make a decision that the best decision for everyone here in the CNMI.
Our kids are our future, right? And we are here to suffer with the rest of the community, but know that the PSS leadership will continue fighting for our kids so that they can have the future that they deserve.
We're trying to close that gap and get a true figure of what it would cost to restore employees back to the 80 hours, as well as keep the schools fully functioning.
A new expedition is preparing to launch a high-tech search for Amelia Earhart's missing plane, this time focusing on a small coral atoll in Kiribati. But here in Saipan, where local history and family stories have kept a different story alive for generations, the renewed international tension is stirring up old questions.
Nearly 88 years after Amelia Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan vanished, a team of ocean explorers and aviation researchers say it's ready for what may be its most ambitious mission yet, a deep-water search around Niku Maroro, an uninhabited coral atoll where some experts believe Earhart may have crash-landed in 1937. Researchers were scheduled to be there as we speak, but say they are awaiting additional permits and have rescheduled to 2026 after typhoon season. The expedition will deploy underwater drones, advanced sonar, and autonomous submersibles capable of scanning steep underwater cliffs where a plane could have come to rest. Crews say the technology gives them their best chance yet of finally spotting Earhart's Lockheed Electra. But while the world looks towards Niku Maroro, residents here in Saipan are no doubt watching closely because for decades this island has carried its own mysterious connection to Earhart's final flight. For many families on Saipan, the story is personal. Wartime-era accounts passed down of an American woman who resembled Earhart being held by Japanese forces. Old reports from the 40s, local oral histories, and previous investigations have kept the Saipan theory alive long after mainstream searches shifted elsewhere.
Amelia Earhart came over, sat down, and looked at her homework. And then Amelia took the pencil from Matilde and wrote something on the book. But Matilde didn't know what it meant.
On Friday, the U.S. National Archives published a batch of newly declassified government records on Amelia Earhart. Researchers acknowledge that no single theory has ever been proven, not the crash and sink near Holand Island, not the Niku Maroro castaway theory, and not the Saipan capture accounts. But each new expedition brings renewed hope that the mystery may one day be solved. And for Saipan, resolving that mystery would not only answer a global question, it would help clarify a unique chapter of local history that has shaped community memory for generations. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
Upgrades are here for the Commuter Airport on Saipan. After nearly 3 years, the Saipan Commuter Terminal Improvement Project concluded as the building softly reopens its doors on Monday. This rebuilding comes 7 years following a Category 5 storm that sustained winds of 180 miles per hour. On October 25, 2018, the Marianas was hit and weathered by Super Typhoon U2, causing devastation to the islands of Saipan and Tinian, and with it the Commuter Airport building. On November 21, 2022, construction broke ground on the Saipan Commuter Terminal Improvement Project, 4 years after Super Typhoon U2, with the pandemic having said to cause a delay in the rebuilding. Today, with an occupancy capacity of 187, the new building holds 4 kiosks in the ticketing area with scales to weigh baggage and conveyor belts leading to the back. Local artwork hang above the seated area and a cafe sits at the end of the building. Matthew from DeCaffrey.
It looks really nice. It's clean. It's cold. Very cold.
Matthew says their main branch is located inside of Townhouse in Chalancanoa.
It's not a hassle to have to drive all the way down to CK. If they're close by, they can just stop by and grab a drink.
He's been working at the main cafe a little over a year and a half and says he expects some foot traffic from both passengers and those just looking for a pick-me-up.
Honestly, it's like it more depends on the flights. So maybe 5 or 6 flights every hour probably. So decent amount. Yeah, I think everyone will enjoy our drinks.
Coming up, we hear what our recent visitors and homecomers of the Marianas are up to in our Welcome to Saipan segment. And we continue our series on the territory of Greenland. Tonight, our Chris Nelson is in the ice and in the kitchen. It's a catch and eat special. Next.
Trust between service provider and customer is important because it forms the foundation for a long-term positive relationship. Trust influences everything from customer satisfaction to loyalty to community relationships.
Customers provide feedback on the services they receive from us, and their experience is our success.
I recommend Docomo Pacific to a lot of people, especially through game. If you're like me, who live basically around the internet, they really, Docomo does really care for those who are their customers.
Honestly, from where I work at, I'm a customer service, and customer service is big for me, and they meet our expectations.
One of the positives of being a Docomo customer is the service. For us as a restaurant, we focus a lot on customer service, and it's nice to see, Docomo doing the same thing.
It's clear that they've been working to deliver more value for local businesses like ours. When their internet works consistently, it fades into the background, and that's how it should be.
Just a short flight from Saipan, adventures calling from Guam. Guam Adventures at Leo Palace has a perfect mix of thrills and sightseeing this holiday season. Check out our off-road adventure, where the trails splash, spin, and roar. And for our NMI residents, after you ride, cool off with a free water park pass at Leo Palace Resort and enjoy 20% off lunch, because adventure works up an appetite. So whether it's a weekend escape or a layover to remember, make it count with Guam Adventures. Book now and turn your trip into a thrill. And yes, we'll even pick you up. Book now at guamadventures.com.
This Christmas, give the gift that keeps on giving: health, strength, and confidence. Gold's Gym Saipan gift certificates are the perfect present for anyone on your list, friends, family, or even yourself. From memberships to personal training sessions, it's a gift that inspires a stronger, happier New Year. Stop by Gold's Gym Saipan today and make this Christmas the start of someone's fitness journey.
At Mariana's Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Welcome back. You're watching the Wednesday night edition of the Channel 2 News. Tonight, we continue our series from Greenland, an island far from Saipan, but with some similar characteristics, namely great local residents who have a deep connection to both the land and the sea. Our Chris Nelson reports.
On our last episode in Greenland, we were in the fjords using hand lines to bring up cod and redfish. The trick is to let the line spool down quickly. The cod are in shallow water, and they're fun to catch and good to eat, but our goal is to get a few redfish, and they are much, much deeper. We fish near the waterfalls, as the fresh water mixed with the seawater provides a lot of nutrients and gives the fish a firmness you can taste. Nearby icebergs remind us how cold the sea is. We are a long way from Saipan. I tell my fishing mates about the beautiful warm blue water in the Mariana Islands, and they promise to visit. And we measure our catch against little Ingrid, who's a very good yardstick and good-natured as well.
What do you think, Ingrid?
Yeah. Do you like it? Do you like it?
After just a couple of hours in the Nuuk Fjords, our boat looked less like a fishing vessel and more like a seafood market. The air was crisp, our hands were cold, and our bags filled with cod and redfish, both still glistening with icy salt water. You don't need coolers when the temperature is below 40 degrees. These bags do the trick just fine. The best part, we weren't taking the fish home, we're taking it to dinner. This excursion is called Catch and Eat, and we got the catch part handled. After docking, we walk towards this small house in the middle of nowhere, and we place our catch on the outdoor counter, and the chef, well, he's happy to see us. First order of business is to get a proper weight on our cod.
Oh, 10, 11, 10 and a half, yeah.
11.
Yeah.
Nice.
11 kilograms. Somehow it felt bigger, but we are proud of our catch. The chef makes some deep incisions as he expertly carves off the meat.
Lex, do you use sashimi?
No.
Next up is the redfish. This slow-growing species grows just about a centimeter per year.
How old are them by measure from the end to the end? And it's say 46 centimeter, around 46 centimeter.
That means our fish is roughly 28 years old.
They can grow until 100 centimeters.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then they are pretty old.
They are pretty old.
How old can they get?
If you say 100 centimeters is around, I don't know, 80 years.
Yeah.
Something like that.
The other way to find a fish's age is by checking the size of its ear stones, tiny calcium deposits that record growth like tree rings.
The ear stone.
Oh yeah.
Yes, this is called ear stone. So it's right down, it's right together with the brain area. This area is the brain of the fish, and then the fish they use this one to swim, to keep the balance, to go left or right.
The cod have ear stones as well, and local Greenlanders even use them to make jewelry.
This is really big and beautiful.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So local people they like to use those things to make jewelries.
Earrings, right?
And earrings,
yeah.
And whatever. And see, and the special thing is stay white forever.
Our chef is from Thailand. He's been in Greenland for 12 years now, running a family restaurant.
I like the air here in Greenland. It's dry and fresh. Yeah. And even sometimes it's a little bit, but it's fine. Yeah. I'm staying here for 2 years. I think it's better than in Thailand. It's too warm.
Inside, we gather around the table waiting for our freshly caught dinner to arrive. The smell of butter, lemon, and the sea drifts from the kitchen. Bon appetit. This remote restaurant is only open in the warmer months. When the snow sets in, they move operations to downtown Nuuk, serving reindeer, muskox, whale, and seal. Me? I'll take the redfish any day. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
As small as our islands are, it's hard to know every single person. I can guarantee you'd be surprised, and we're only scratching the surface. Welcome to Saipan. You never know who you'll meet at Saipan International Airport. People are complex, and everyone has its story. Originally from Saipan, Ashley Fujihiro Salas says her and her husband are part of the military family and are headed back to North Carolina.
So I recently got out in May. My husband is currently still in.
She says she served in the United States Army for 12 years and 8 months.
It was the most incredible experience. Unfortunately, I did have to get out, medically separated due to an injury, but I'm still in the military community, serving the military community, so we're still a big part of the family.
During the Veterans Day Family Fun Day ran by Project Buddy Check 670, Salas says she was able to give back to her hometown veterans.
I actually have a business in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and so what I did was I gave back to all the veterans and I gave them an energy tea, which is something that I serve in North Carolina.
Being a veteran herself, Salas says checking in on your loved ones goes a long way.
You know, a lot of people do struggle with mental health, and so that is like the biggest thing. So just being there, being supportive in that way, you know, make sure everybody's checking on a veteran or even those that are still currently serving. I think it's a big part that you show that even though you're far away from, you know, Saipan, Tinian, Rota, you know, any of the islands, that you're still there supporting them and make sure you're always checking them. And I know it's kind of hard being apart, so just especially for those that are still mainland, just checking in on them here and there, you know, is a big part of that, knowing that there's still people that care about them still here on the islands.
World traveler Rayara is in from our sister island of Guam.
And did you go anywhere else than Guam?
Yeah, Philippines and Thailand.
Children often see the world from a different point of view. The elephants in Thailand or the carabao in Philippines didn't catch her eye. She says this was the highlight of her vacation.
Looking at the tank, like in our room. We had a fish tank.
Ah, okay, fish tank. And do you have a pet fish?
Yeah, it's like the spader fish.
Rayara is ready for her next adventure, and it's one that might include a famous dog.
I'm gonna go try Japan. I've been to Japan like one time and I want to do it again.
Arnel Francisco says he is here on HVAC and hotel business.
I was here 1994 to 1997 and for my business, and went to other engagements also, and now I'm back here.
What's your favorite?
To explore, expand.
Explore?
And expand.
And expand, all right.
This is his favorite thing about the Marianas.
Oh, it's a community. It's family. It's very family oriented. The values is really deeply rooted on family values.
There's no denying that the islands are family-oriented, and Francisco says things are looking up.
Hospitality is really very good in Saipan.
All right.
I invite everyone to come here.
All right.
And very promising.
From the Philippines, Mary Sanli Vilata is now working in Guam. They're doing business tied to the military buildup.
We're a geotechnical engineering company, and I'm from NGO. We have a project in Tinian, so I'm going there for inspection.
She says the head office for NGO is in Northern California, and they branched out 5 years ago. Their projects are ongoing and have brought her back to the Marianas.
Actually, it's my second time. I went maybe around July or June for the first inspection, and now I'm here again.
Oh, okay.
And I think I'll be back maybe December for the final one.
This is Mary's take on our islands.
It's very silent. I would say that the islands are very serene, and you get to connect with your own self, I would say.
Returning resident Renz Falny is back from visiting family in Guam.
And how was your trip?
Honestly, it's very relaxing. Being able to travel and take a break just from working all the time.
Working in a hotel, his lens gives a direct view of the tourism industry with the clear differences between our islands.
Since I do work in hospitality, it seems like the hospitality business there is doing much better, and a lot of businesses are still thriving, although some businesses have closed. But in general, I feel like Guam has more to offer when it comes to the tourism industry, which is something that Saipan does need to apply if we want our tourism industry to start booming again.
He says our islands are already similar when it comes to bringing the culture together, with events like the Taste of Marianas and Flame Tree Arts Festival in Saipan and the Chamorro Village in Guam.
The main thing I can really bring up is just to make businesses more lively here in Saipan. The customer service here on island is already pretty good. I just suggest that bringing more businesses here in Saipan will attract more customers.
Our local airport sees a lot of friendly faces going to and coming from different places. Whether you're back from seeing the world, here to expand, island hopping for work, back home from a well-deserved break, or headed back after a worthwhile visit back home, welcome to Saipan and adios, lalabo. Coming up in sports, the public health heroes of every day take a break for mental wellness. Stay tuned.
The king is back like prodigal. I gave him time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm on the headline, the deadline. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, dessert, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! Mental health takes the lead with paddles in the water of the Saipan Lagoon.
Viva CHCC! Viva MOC!
Staff of the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation took part in a wellness paddle clinic by local paddling group Mariana's Outrigger Club. The 3-session clinic was held on 3 different Saturdays with 20 participants on each day. From the women's team of MOC, Lorianne Robbie.
I think it was quite eye-opening. Paddling is a completely different sport, right? It's so technical, so it's a lot of information to take in, especially if it's your first time, and also if you're not used to being on the water.
The format of the clinic included opening stretches, going over basic techniques of the stroke on land, static training on the shore, and practice runs in the water before a friendly competitive race.
What was interesting was that this was the first event that they had a lot of people from different departments come out and enjoy. So it's nice that they were able to do that, because on the day-to-day operations, right, most of the time they don't see all these other departments. So that was pretty cool.
An overall positive experience for the staff of CHCC.
I was really intimidated at first because I've seen videos and people doing really cool stuff. But it was so welcoming and it was so fun. It was a great way to get our health in check too.
And we really wanted to bring all the staff members together and connect, build teamwork. And I think one of the team members was saying that paddling is like, it really emphasizes teamwork and trusting in one another, and that was the main goal of the program. And I think we achieved that.
What did you get distracted by?
The turtle, the stingray, just the scenery, just out, and how peaceful it is just to be on the water and just gliding. Yeah. So different from just sitting in the water. Love it that it's a big turnout. I wish more guys would come out because it's mostly ladies. Thank you for the 2 guys that came out. But hopefully with this, more people would join.
To be able to go out on the water and do this sport with everyone was like really, really fun. And we saw a stingray when we were out there, and it's just very peaceful. And yeah, super fun to be like in a team environment too. I don't know, something very calming about the water. I said if I had the opportunity and I was living here, I totally would take this up as a sport.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight and tomorrow, partly cloudy with isolated showers. Chance of showers, 20%. East winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, lows around 79. Tomorrow, highs around 87. High tide tonight at 6:14 p.m., low tide at 1:33 a.m., and high tide again at 8:35 a.m. The sun has set at 5:44 p.m. tonight and will rise again at 6:21 a.m. tomorrow morning. Well, that's news, sports, and weather. Thank you for joining us, CNMI.